Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Melbourne International Comedy Festival organisers have been lashed as gutless cowards for their reversal in considering a tribute to Barry Humphries after cancelling him 4 years ago. Piers Morgan has tweeted, "You gutless cowards cancelled him for standing up for women's rights. You don't get to uncancel him now he's dead." Piers Morgan tweeted.
The timing has been very awkward for the Melbourne Comedy Festival because Barry's death, the huge outpouring of love and respect for this revered comedian, has come at a time that's reminded people that he has been cancelled by the Melbourne Comedy Festival. So they had the award called the Barry, which is the award given out to the most popular show at the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
That's been around since 2000.
Yeah. And then in 2018, Barry made some comments saying that this transgender movement was fashion. He also declared people undergoing gender reassignment surgery were mutilating men and children, and calling Caitlyn Jenner a publicity-seeking rat bag. The timing of this was in the drop zone of when we were all learning what it meant for people to be trans. And we all know the high suicide rate around kids and people who feel they're not seen, feel they're not in their correct bodies, and how sad it is and how tragic it is and how hard their lives are. So that's why the Comedy Festival decided to rename the Barry, and I think it's just the Melbourne Comedy Festival Award now.
Yeah, not the Barry anymore.
No, and of course now that this, as I said, huge outpouring of love for Barry Humphries and people saying, well, wasn't the Melbourne Comedy Festival terrible for cancelling him? They've now done a bit of a backflip. Do they want to call it the Barry again?
No. The festival boss, Susan Provan, has said after his death it would not reinstate the award name. We have moved on. But on Monday, the festival tweeted it was working on a tribute for Barry. So you could still do a tribute, but I still say you could do. He's an 80-year-old guy.
89.
89-year-old guy. You can't ask an 80-year-old person their opinion on transgender. Okay.
Well, this is a man who made a living dressing as a woman.
Yeah, of course, but I'm just saying, just before you start loading up the truck with pitchforks.
Excuse me.
As we become more evolved as people, there's stuff that we would have done on this radio show 10, 15 years ago that we wouldn't do now.
Of course.
And that's not cancel culture. That's because society expects something from you. But you can't cancel Barry for what he said.
I agree with you. So don't call me a pitchfork carrying.
No, I'm just saying everyone gets fired up. As soon as you say the word transgender, everyone goes, "Oh my God, he's having a go at transgender." I'm not having a go at transgender. I've met transgender people, and I get what it's about. I get it.
My point is, you're entitled to ask Barry Humphries an opinion on it because he's spent his life dressing as a woman.
I know, but you're asking an 80-year-old man. His opinions are going to be. Do you hang out with 80-year-old people?
My father is one of them. I do ask him his opinions.
And what does Art say?
I haven't asked him about trans people.
Exactly.
But let me say this. It's like the role of a comedian.
But my grandmother wouldn't get into a Japanese car because of the war. You know, I'm saying these standards were different for the older generations.
Well, so let me just say this. The role of a comedian is, by and large, to be controversial.
Yeah. Barry
Humphries has always been controversial. What's really interesting to me is that when he then was controversial, but not in a way that people liked, they cancelled him.
You can't cancel him.
Having said that,
he's not a big molester. It's a different kettle of fish.
Having said that, this was where a whole lot of people felt uncomfortable that this was a period of time where we were trying to make everyone understand what being trans meant.
Yeah.
And people didn't like his comments. I agree he should not have been cancelled, but that's the role. He can say what he likes and we can say we don't agree with you.
I don't agree with his comments. I'll say that. But I don't think he should be cancelled.
I agree.
That's what makes a free country.
I agree. We all agree.
We all agree. Let's go and have a beer.
Let's do it.